So in this video we're just going to have a look at how to increase the treble or the bass of a clip. So for example, we're going to have a look at step 12. Add increased treble to the track between 8 and 11.8 seconds. Add increased bass to the track from 11.8 to 15 seconds. So we're going to play around with this a little bit. But just to show you what the textbook talks about. So this is a description from the book. So we're just going to read this very carefully quickly. Equalization, often referred to as EQ, means boosting or attenuating or reducing the levels of different frequencies in a signal. In its simplest form, it is the process whereby you can boost the bass, the low frequencies, or treble, which is the high frequencies, in an audio clip. But the sounds are equalized to get exactly the overall effect that is required. Equalization can also be used to place filters to reduce certain noise frequencies, either high or low frequencies, on audio clips. So you're going to see that in Audacity we're going to use the graphic EQ option, so the graphic equalization option. So when you select this option, you're going to see that you're going to be presented with a series of sliders. The bass, the low frequencies are on the left, and the treble, the high frequencies are on the right. So you're going to see that we're going to open up something that looks like this in Audacity. So the midpoint, if you look to the left of the midway point, that's going to represent the low frequencies, or the bass. And then the second half is going to represent the treble or the high frequencies. So that's going to be on the right. So for example, if you want to increase the high frequencies or the treble, this is an example of something that you should do to do so. So you're going to be working with these sliders in the middle. And if you want to increase the treble or the high frequencies, in other words, you want to increase the right half of this graphic EQ. So just about midway, what you're going to start doing is you're going to move these sliders a little bit up to increase the treble. And then if you ask to increase the bass, which is the low frequencies, then you're going to do the opposite. Instead of making sure that the right half is higher than the left half, you're now going to make sure that the left half of this graphic EQ is higher than the right half. And just take note that you can see they smoothly transition between the bass and the treble. So just try and increase it gradually in the middle if you are increasing the treble. And just make sure there's a gradual decrease if you are making sure that the bass is higher than the treble frequencies. So in Audacity, this is the clip we're going to use. So let's add increased treble to the track between 8 and 11.8 seconds. So we just need to highlight a portion of the clip, and then the start selection, we need to make sure it's 8 seconds. So we're going to type in 8 exactly, and we're going to have the end of the selection to be 11.8 exactly. So what we do now is we've got Effect at the top, EQ and Filters, and Graphic EQ. Okay, so this is the diagram that we're now working with. So now, if we increase in the treble, we need to have the diagram to look something like this. So just roughly at the halfway point, we're going to increase gradually the high frequencies. So now roughly from midway, we're going to gradually increase the high frequencies. So as long as you have something similar, unless they have specifically stated how high the boost should be. So for example, if you hover over this last slider, you can see it's 7 decibels is the increase. And now we just hit apply. So it should be applied now to this section. And then let's just randomly do it to another section. So let's say we want to decrease the bass frequencies between 30 and 35 seconds. So we roughly highlight that part of the clip. So let's just make sure it's exactly 30 seconds for the start of the selection and exactly 35 seconds for the end of the selection. And now we go back to Effect, EQ and Filters, Graphic EQ. And I'm just going to click Flatten here. This will return it to normal. And now for this diagram, if we're increasing the bass or the low frequencies, we need to have the bass frequencies higher than the treble frequencies. and a gradual change roughly in the middle. So I'm going to increase the starting frequencies, so roughly to be more or less the same in the beginning. And then going to start gradually so this is more or less something you might have, so just make sure that the bass frequencies are higher than the treble frequencies and that there is some gradual change in the middle. And you just hit apply. And that's it.